Hey guys, so today I'm going to be looking at people who found out their friend was a bad friend. So yeah, let's just get right into the video. When she told me she was cheating on her husband, and then I found out she was cheating with my husband. Wow. I want to know how they actually found out though, you know? The fact that the best friend was like, I'm cheating on my husband. He 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 he. And she told it to her best friend as if that was like a good thing, while knowing that she's cheating with her best friend's husband. What? Some people think life is a game, hey? He and his brother destroyed an apartment we shared, some 30,000 in damage, then tried to come after me for it. 30k in damage? What the heck do they do? I was poor and in college. I had the flu really bad one week and asked my friend, he lived in a dorm across the hall, to go to the convenience store in the dorm lobby and get me something to drink, and he could get whatever for himself too. He got me my soda and himself $40 worth of snacks. Didn't notice at the time and I ordered us a pizza. He knew it was all I was going to have to eat for the next few days, and he snuck into my room and ate the leftovers while I was passed out on cold medicine. I didn't even really know how to respond. Like, I was already buying him snacks and feeding him. He had a meal plan on campus. I didn't. Why act like that? Because some people are trash. That's why. They don't know how to think. They don't know how to feel for someone else. They can only think about themselves. That's why. Selfish people. Holy dude. So this person gave them like $50, right? And he got one soda for his friend, and then the rest of the money he spent on himself. That's trash, yes. I would fight him. Honestly, if I gave somebody $50, hey, can you go get me some food? You can get whatever for yourself too. I would expect them to at least get me like half of the money that I gave them, you know? If they only got me like a drink and they got themselves like $40 worth of food while I'm starving, yeah. That ain't it. I was going through a really ugly breakup that left me in a very low point in my life. I was getting a lot of advice from my best friend on the whole situation. I told him that it would take time for me to get over her, as it was a relationship of over 2 years. 3 days after the breakup, I checked Snap Maps and see that he's at my ex's apartment. It was 2 in the morning. He initially lied about it, but then admitted to hooking up with her. I started crying over the phone and he literally said, I just want you to know that I'm sorry. This is hurting you, but I'm going to continue doing this with her. I lost my best friend of 22 years over that. It's crazy to me that one day, a friend who was a brother to me just snapped and ignored me in a really dark state of mind just so he could get laid. Wow, are you kidding me? What kind of people? You can get laid on Tinder or whatever, you know, just find someone else. Why would you go after your best friend's girlfriend? I mean, ex-girlfriend. Doesn't make sense. Are you like that low? What? Doesn't make sense. That obviously means they had some feelings for each other even while this person was in the relationship, right? Because, you know, after 3 days, right? You don't just develop feelings for someone like that. No, you gotta be talking for a long time before you go over to their place at 2 a.m. in the morning. Trashy best friends, I swear. For a long time, I thought that my best friend was an asshole for kicking me out of the apartment we shared. He was the leaseholder in college. In reality, I was a horrible roommate who partied too much and didn't clean up after myself. I was the asshole. Oh, so this person admitted that they were the ass. Good on them for owning up to it, honestly. Good. Because now they can look back at the mistake and reflect on it and not do it again. Learn from your mistakes so you don't lose anyone else that is important in your life, okay? Honestly, sometimes all it takes is losing one person in your life to realize there's something wrong and you gotta fix it. When he got his girlfriend pregnant, he got 6 weeks of paternity leave. He lived with me and she had her own place. For months after the child was born, he sat home taking advantage of his paid vacation, playing 10 hours of video games a day while she struggled with the child. Kidding me? So his girlfriend got pregnant and then he was like, okay, I'm gonna take some leave to take care of the kid, but he was just using the 6 weeks to just chill at home and play video games. That's ridiculous. Imagine getting with someone like that. Ew. Best friend since elementary. In high school, when I told her I no longer wanted to be friends because she was mean to others all the time, including me, she said that I had to be friends with her because she was my friend in elementary and middle school, even though everyone told her not to be, and that everyone talked behind my back about how gross and weird I was, and she stayed friends with me. She worded it like she was doing me a huge favor by being my friend, and that I somehow owed her for that charity. Dude, she sounds pathetic. She's like, well, I was your friend even after all this and all that and all this, so you have to stay my friend even though I'm a mean person. Because I have no friends, so you have to stay my friend. Dude, she just sounds stupid. Looking back on it, a red flag was when they insulted my mother's cooking. My family isn't very wealthy, but my mother does her best, and she had worked hard to make that meal so they wouldn't be hungry, and then they just insulted it. Also, they never said thank you. Unless it's got worms in it, you just don't say anything bad about a meal someone took the time and care to prepare for you as a guest. And it wasn't even a simple I didn't like it very much. They straight up made fun of my mum and called her a terrible cook, which by the way, she isn't. I would have fought everyone in that room, to be honest. I don't care. Be throwing chairs and everything, man. And they probably don't even know how to cook themselves, and they're insulting someone else's meal because someone cooked it for them. As if. Friends I used to hang out with in high school. One of the group had been a good friend of mine since we were really young, even though we went to different schools. It was his house that others always hang out in, so I was kind of grandfathered into his new friends group from his school. I always felt a little unwelcome just because of little things. They'd be playing video games, passing the controller, and I was always last, if I got a turn at all. If someone brought food or something to share, I would always get the least of it. For your information, I brought things to share more than anyone, so it wasn't like I was a big mooch or something. And they frequently made plans outside of my buddy's house, to which I was never invited, but they'd openly talk about it in front of me later. What really hit it home was one time I was hanging out there and found out they were all planning on going to the city for a concert or something. They straight up told me I wasn't invited, which I shrugged off because I didn't really have money for it anyway. But then their ride fell through and I offered to drive them. They treated that like it was the absolute worst case scenario. And also like if they were to accept my offer, they'd be somehow doing me a favor. I said, okay, forget it. Message received. I left and never talked to them again. None of them ever tried to contact me again either, but it was really only my childhood friend who I was really disappointed in. I thought for sure he'd at least check in after that obviously devastating interaction, but that was many, many years ago. Thankfully, I have much better friends now. Good that they found better people. Dude, people like that suck. They obviously wanted to make him feel left out. They wanted him to feel small. It just happens in the bad friend groups. If they don't like you, they will let you know, for sure. They will do everything on purpose to let you know that you're not welcome there and no one cares about you. Those kind of people suck, and I hope they don't get any good things in life. When she threw a fit after I said something along the lines of, if he cheats on his wife with you, what do you think is going to stop him from cheating on you with someone else? Apparently, I'm not supportive. What? Dude, these people are dumb, you know? People who get with someone who's already in a relationship or is already married and they think that person is really gonna stay with them forever. Like, are you delusional? He literally cheated on his wife to be with you. That means he could cheat on you to be with someone else too, because you're not that important to him. His wife was important to him, but he still left her. Over time, we lost contact. Then she only reached out when she needed money. I let this go on too long until I found out I was pregnant with my first and told her then I wouldn't send any money after that. She still asked. My daughter is now over 1.5 years old and she had never even met her. I ended up blocking her and telling her not to bother trying to reach out anymore. Wow. So she just kept trying to get money from her friend. Yeah, that sucks. It's the fact that you just want to help someone that you're close to because you have all this history with them, but then they just don't even care about you at all. But you care about them way too much to let them go. That's a painful feeling. Knowing that someone just doesn't care about you, but you just don't want to let them go. My brother turned his back on our dad who paid his way through college, paid the down payment on his condo, and gave him 2 cars. When I asked him why, he said it was because he didn't text him enough. Our dad had had a stroke and could only use one hand. He texted my brother once every day or two with one hand anyway. I took care of our dad through surgery, radiation therapy, physical therapy, stroke rehab, and chemo. On the last weekend before our dad was starting chemo, I asked him if he wanted to come up and do some grilling with Dad because it was the last time we'd ever see him healthy. He said he had plans. I asked what the plans were. He wouldn't give me a straight answer. Our dad got so sick after that. Couldn't leave a wheelchair. My brother and sister came at Christmas and my dad made such an effort to spend time with my brother that he broke both hips. My brother said to me he honestly thought it would be the best if our crazy mother and our dad died. I think my brother is a lunatic. There's no anger or hate. I just can't think of him as a sane person anymore. Dude, what? Like, what has he been doing where he has to feel that? You know, what has the brother been doing? Why would he want his parents to die when he wasn't the one who's been taking care of them? Like, he's not even doing anything. And he wishes that upon his parents? That's crazy. Some people just like playing the victim no matter what, honestly. What in the world? Well, that's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Tell me in the comments down below what your thoughts are. And as always, thanks for watching. Hope you guys liked it. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye!